Welcome to the Camperdan Files. My name is Chris, and in today's video, we are going to be working on Camperdan's illumination. Yes, so if you guys have been following along, you know not too long ago, we did replace the headlamp bulbs with some OEM spec replacement bulbs. But you also know, if you've been following along from our latest junkyard video, that I went ahead and acquired some used TYC brand headlamp assemblies. We're gonna see if we can brighten things up a bit. Oh, and we're also gonna add a set of HID bulbs, 35 watt, to these assemblies as well. Let's get into it. We're gonna take our time and remove each headlamp assembly. I think what I wanna do is work on one assembly at a time. But before we jump to the headlamp assemblies, we actually need to get the grill removed. And for this, we want to go super slow and take our time, because this is 20-year-old plastic, and if you're not careful, things are going to break. And once you break them, that's it. We know that these two plastic brackets here, this one and that one, it has some prongs here at the end that you'll have to squeeze to get this to release here. There's also going to be a fifth one here in the middle, and then obviously you have two more over here. Now I've been trying to see if there was any way to avoid taking off the grill, but to be honest, it has to come off. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, no way around it. It has to come off. So we're gonna take our time and work on that first. So here I have one of my new Stanley screwdrivers. This is a stubby Phillips. So we'll just come in with our stubby. Right here is a 10. I'm gonna remove that guy. When you get this 10mm out here, this plastic bracket, you're gonna slide it towards the driver's side of the vehicle. Again, we're working on the driver's side first. So I'm going to slide this towards the driver's side, and it should come free. You don't want to yank this and pull it towards the face of the truck or the front of the truck, because then you'll break it. I'm going to go ahead and shift our attention towards the grill here on the passenger side. I'm going to work on the bottom tab first. Should I work on the top? I don't want to touch that bolt, because I'm pretty sure it'll break my luck. So I've learned from other mechanics that sometimes it's good to spray a little WD-40. I know it's plastic, and it sounds silly, but it helps. Even on plastic parts. Because what it does is that it lubricates things and allows it to come apart a little bit easier. So we'll just lubricate it lightly. The centerpiece will unscrew it. Even those screws are going to lubricate down. I'm going to use this guy to get in there. Just due to the tight quarters that we're working with here. Alright, so I had to stop recording intermittently. Like I've been telling you guys, it's been a challenge recording things here in the driveway and even in the garage due to the heat. We were able to get the grill detached here. Again, those 3 screws that live on this plastic bracket, we were able to get those removed. We also have the grill unhinged on this side. Now the real challenge is going to be on the driver's side. I can get the top, but the bottom, there's no way for me to get my gripping pliers in there. So I'm gonna try and get the top and then try and finagle a way to get it off from the bottom. And once that happens, I'll bring you guys back in, because then from there, we should have an easier time getting after our headlamp assemblies. All right, guys, I kid you not. After what seemed like an eternity, I'm telling you that WD-40, it works. Yes, it's a water dispersant, but it helps to lubricate plastic parts, to get things apart, and more importantly, not break anything. Shout out to WD-40 and to the Humble Mechanic YouTube channel. The Humble Mechanic was actually the person that I picked this trick up from. And it works, guys. I kid you not. So now we can go ahead and just lift our grill and move that guy out the way. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and work on getting this fastener removed, these fasteners removed. Still working on getting this plastic trim piece off here. We'll probably have to hit that with some WD-40 also, because if you look down here, you can see there's some rust there. There is gonna be a 10mm nut down here that holds the bottom of the assembly in place. Get our WD-40 again. Try and sneak under here and get some lubricant to our work site here. Try to coax this guy into coming out of there, preferably without breaking it, because there's no R50s in the yard right now that's the same color as mine, so I'm trying to not break stuff. I guess while we're waiting on that, we can switch gears to the passenger side. So we're gonna come over here and work at this side and see if we get lucky. Sometimes that's what you gotta do, you gotta alternate. I'm just glad that we got past the grill without breaking anything, because that was my biggest concern. Because the donor truck that I pulled headlamp assemblies from, that thing had already seen its fair share of carnage on the grill side of things, because somebody, whoever worked on that truck, wasn't patient and they just broke everything and then slapped it back together with zip ties. And I mean, to be honest, the zip tie trick, it worked for that truck, because you would have never known otherwise. The grill was in there pretty snug. It wasn't bouncing around or anything. But I suspect that that truck was in a front end collision, because both headlamps were replaced. I'm not 100% sure if the side markers were replacements. They might have been. But I could tell from the hood and the engine bay that that truck's definitely been painted. A lot of the parts up front, they were replaced. And I haven't even edited that video yet. I've kind of jumped ahead and started working on this, but you guys definitely will be seeing the junkyard footage first. Yeah, this one isn't moving yet either. So we'll have to lubricate that sucker. Like I said, there's one final fastener down there. And if you don't get that thing out, you'll break stuff. And to be honest, yeah, I could just go ahead and yank these out and break them, because I have replacements, but I don't want to do that. So we'll go ahead and get our water disbursement chucked onto this guy too. As soon as I can. Oh, here it is. I'm just gonna stick this guy in here. Come on. There we go. 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 There we There we go. I might be getting a bit overzealous with how much I'm using, but I'd rather use too much than not enough. Because I want this thing out of there. And preferably without breaking anything. 3 fasteners here. We're gonna remove the first 2. What I'm hoping is that I get enough room to like kind of wiggle the headlamp away from the fender here. And hopefully that gives us just enough play to get those plastic trim pieces out of the way. So we'll remove this fastener. My driver's side fender is still a virgin. The passenger side one, it's a replacement from a 2001 donor that I found at the junkyard. And that was something that I replaced within the first year of ownership. If you guys are interested in that video, go back and check my repair videos. I actually made a playlist for you guys. I have a curated playlist of just about any and everything that I do revolving around a truck, whether it's going to the junkyard, repairs, maintenance, upgrades. I have a playlist for just about everything that I've covered so far. And we have hundreds of videos, so knock yourself out. There's plenty to keep you entertained and keep you learning. Okay, so there's the fender moving. Yeah, because at this point, there's only one fastener holding the headlamp, and it's one at the bottom here. But until we get that plastic tray piece out of the way, there's nothing happening. But I'm gonna pause here, guys. I'm gonna let my camera cool off, and I'll bring you guys back when we have some developments. What's that old saying? Nothing ever goes according to plan. And it didn't take very long. Again, I told you I'll bring you guys back once I had some developments. So yeah, you definitely need to push towards the opposite side of placement. So again, for the passenger side, when you go to remove plastic trim, you have to push towards the passenger side. The driver's side hasn't decided to cooperate yet, so we're just gonna go ahead and move forward with the passenger side. We'll try the driver's side here again in a bit. It's just not ready yet, but that's fine. At least the passenger side is working with us. So now that that's out of the way, now we can get at the meats. So here's a fastener down here. We're gonna have to use some WD-40 on that for sure. Otherwise things will be breaking, and we're trying not to break anything. So before we even attempt to remove this fastener, we're gonna soak that bad boy with some water disbursement. Trying to keep you guys in the action here. Nice. We still have to remove the fasteners up here. We'll get those removed right now. So I'm filming and then taking a break and taking my camera inside so I can cool down under the AC there. And these fasteners aren't very tight because, like I said, I changed this passenger side fender not too long ago, and I didn't exactly make things He-Man tight. And again, the trick to getting these old fasteners off like this is to take your time. If it feels funky, just run it back on. You don't want to break this. So far it's feeling good. Although it's feeling kind of tight right there, so I'm going to run it back on a little. And that's okay. And we'll even put a little bit more WD-40 on that. Again, you have to go slow to go fast. while we're waiting on that, I'm gonna reach around the back side of the headlamp and unplug it. So if you were asking me a while ago, because they were having an issue with removing the connector, and it turns out that the first time I worked on this, I actually did it wrong. So on the connector, if you feel around on the right and the left side of the connector, there are going to be these two tabs. You have to squeeze those tabs, and if you're doing it right, that connector can and should and will come free right from the back of that headlamp bulb with very, very little issue. When I changed my bulbs for the first time, I didn't know about that, and I just like farted and yanked it off. I'm actually not supposed to do it that way. So there, I've corrected myself and yourself as well. Okay, I think we have our nuts. Yep, I have it. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Come on. I don't have a magnetic attachment, so it's not gonna come with it, I don't think. Yeah, it's not gonna come. And I can't reach my hand. There's not enough physical room. Alright. So now we're gonna move our fender off to the side a little bit. Come on. Probably gonna lose our nut there. I'm hoping that it doesn't go into the splash shield under my truck. I'm hoping that it just goes to the floor. Come on, at this point there shouldn't be anything else holding this thing. Okay, we got it free of the fender. I heard the nut fall. I think it fell on top of my windshield washer reservoir, which is ideal. And then come on, walk that thing right off of there. So here's our headlamp off of the truck, and here's our nut. And again, we didn't break anything so far. Now, let me show you guys the tabs that I'm talking about. So you have one here on the inside and on the outer, and all you're gonna do is just squeeze them and pull, and it should come right off. Shouldn't have to fight anything. Now if you're having to fight stuff, what that means is that your plastic is probably hard and brittle, and what I say for that is to apply the same technique that I learned from the humble mechanic. Just spray a little bit of WD-40 and it should come off. I mean, there's gonna be rust somewhere, right? This thing once was living somewhere where it was exposed to significant amounts of snow. I'm not gonna tell you guys where yet. I plan on making a road trip of this. I promise. I'm just trying to find the time and the funds to get there because it's about 1,200 miles away. Shh. And that's all I'm gonna tell you. I ain't telling you nothing else. It's a secret. Here's our two replacement headlamp assemblies. Again, this is a aftermarket replacement. These are TYC brand headlamps. So we're gonna work on the passenger side guy first, which is gonna be this one. So what I'm gonna do is remove this boot. And now you guys get to actually see the magic behind here. So here we have this clip. You're gonna push down and lift. So you push down and lift towards the top of the headlamp, and then this swivels out of the way. And then out comes your bulb. Simple enough, right? So this is the brand that we went with. I just bought this because it was cheap. It's only 30 bucks. Another cool thing too, guys, since my R50 is lifted, we're now gonna be able to adjust our headlamp. On the OEM assembly, those adjustments are rusted solid. So it's actually a good thing that we're doing this. So we're gonna go ahead and get our bulb plugged in here. Again, you can't mix this up. There's no way to mess it up because it's color coded. And not only that, these things go on just one particular way. So we have that snapped in now. I'm gonna work that in. And I'm gonna start by inserting things on the bottom first, actually. We're gonna get that lined up, which it is. And then on the fender. And then on the front of the truck itself. Boom. Just like that. I'm gonna get some fasteners started here. And again, I'm trying to do this as quick as possible because my camera keeps overheating. Get our first 10mm nut on here. Just gonna get that on finger tight. And we'll get 2 nuts on here on the actual corner. The portion where the headlamp assembly attaches to the inner fender here. At this point, we can go ahead and reattach or put our fasteners back for our fender too. So like I said, here's the back of the clip, and you want to go opposite. So in this case, this is the passenger side. So this side right here, my thumb is, that's the portion that faces the inside towards the grill. And then obviously this is our outer edge. So when you push, I'm gonna push that way to get it off. Yeah, you can actually take these out, guys. These come out. And then what you can do is actually sit them in place like so. I'm gonna sit them in place just like this. Grab this one. In fact, you can squeeze this tang right here, these 2 tangs, and it'll come off. And then you just come in here like this and put it in place. Now, all you have to do is just put it with its respective holes and shove them back in. And they should stay now. Nice, I actually like that. Thank you, Nissan. Yep, they'll stay. Now we're gonna put a 10mm fastener back into the corner here. So that goes right there. So your 10mm fastener goes right back into the corner there. Just like that. And then tighten that guy back up. Snap it up. Perfect. And then from there, our side marker can now go back into its home where it resides as well. Now, this one is easy to tell what goes there because it's gonna be this 10mm bolt / screw combination. So you'll take a Phillips to that guy. But since we already have our ratchet handy, we'll just go ahead and run that guy down with it. And again, you don't want to make this He-Man tight because it will have to come out again at some point during its life on this R50. So I said it before and I'll say it again, guys. WD-40 is your friend. I figured that that nut at the bottom would be an issue. It wasn't an issue on the passenger side, but it was on the driver's side. Yes, we did skip ahead a bit. Again, my camera's constantly overheating. We got our plastic trim removed there. We had to work our last fastener back and forth at least 20 times. And we continuously reapplied WD-40 until we were able to finally get it all the way off. So now I'm gonna take our time and get the headlamp assembly removed here. Boom, and it's free. And here's our fastener. Again, it was just laying right here on top of our coolant reservoir. Now, because these headlamp assemblies are used, we will have to polish them a little bit. But outside of that, I think it was well worth it to go this route versus trying to polish up the original ones that I had, because those things were just cooked. So we want to get the bottom side of the headlamp aligned first, which it is. Then we're gonna get into our fender like so, and then boom. And then from there, we're just gonna backfill with our fasteners. We're gonna refocus our attention to getting the grill back on. Now the grill is pretty much gonna press back in with the exception of the center piece, because that we have to screw back in. Something just went flying in there. I'm not sure what it was, but it wasn't a part of this grill. Hopefully not anyway. Bottom side is in. Everything's nice and secure there. Now I just gotta get those 3 fasteners back in here for the center, and we're done. HID ballast for the driver's side. This kit did come with some double-sided tape, so we have it stuck onto the side of the engine bay there. There's our passenger side ballast. All right, guys, so here's what my replacement headlamps and new HID bulbs look like. And I think the cutoff height is just right. Now I'm probably gonna need to adjust these. I'll do that in the coming days. Here's what it looks like when I turn my fog lamps on. Yeah, I think it looks really nice. I'm happy with it. Check out our junkyard replacement headlamp assemblies in the daytime. Doesn't it look good? I think so. So it's now time to announce the 1,000 subscriber giveaway results. Again, the rules were as follows. You have to reside within the continental US. You have to be a subscriber of the channel. You also have to follow me on Instagram and make 2 personalized comments, one on YouTube and Instagram. And at the end of that personalized comment, you had to say on or off the pavement, so that way I knew that you were participating. Now, to my surprise, only one individual did everything that I asked them to do. And more importantly, only one individual that responded to the giveaway actually resided within the US. So as a result, I am going to go ahead and send all 5 of the tools to said subscriber. CJ Manning 86, go ahead and reach out to me via Instagram in a DM so I can get the shipment details, and we'll go ahead and get those tools sent out immediately. Congratulations. I hope that these tools will help you to better maintain your R50 Pathfinder. Once again, my name is Chris, and this has been the Camperdan Files. If you like this sort of stuff, go ahead and smash that like button. And while you're at it, don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep using your Pathfinder as a Pathfinder, on or off the pavement.